So today I'm getting a tattoo. It's been about 3 years since I've had my last one. A bit nervous, a bit excited, I'm looking forward to getting it. I'm booked in for about 2 hours, and really I'm just making this vlog to give you an idea of what it's like to get a tattoo, the feeling of before, during, after, and hopefully this helps if you're thinking about possibly getting your first tattoo or another, or just interested in tattoos in general. So I previously visited a tattoo studio. I discussed what I liked, what I wanted and possibly where, and also to see artists' work, what they've done before. And as this is permanent, it's best to get it right first time, as it does stay on your skin forever and you've got to like it. For preparation, what I like to do is eat beforehand, obviously. Mainly a big breakfast, something like that, just so I'm feeling good and ready to get the tattoo. I always take a drink with me, something fizzy, just to replace the sugars, as you can feel quite drained afterwards, just with the feeling and sensation. I only know this because obviously I've been with people who have had tattoos before to get theirs, and obviously I've had 2 before. I'm only booked in for the 2 hours today. I have had longer sittings where it's been up to 4 hours. Some have only taken half an hour, but I do enjoy getting the tattoos. So I'll keep you updated. We'll start here and I'll chat to you later. Bye. Okay, so I'm going to carry on from where I left off last time. And so really this is day 2, because unfortunately when I got home it was straight out because I was going out for a meal. I just did not have time. The plan was it was just 2 hours, but luckily there was no one booked in after me, so I carried on for another 2.5 hours with the tattoo, which means I got more of it completed than I originally thought I would do. It was really good, so I'll start off from when I got there. When I arrived, there was a form to read and fill in. It's just to make sure you're happy with your design, make sure that you have no health conditions that can harm you, or even them as well, because at the end of the day it's an open wound that they're kind of cutting into you. I was then shown my design and then made sure that I was happy with it. Anything I wanted to do to change, they were happy to do as well. It was all done electronically, so on the iPad they kind of drew it up for me, printed it off, made sure it was the size and everything that I wanted it to be, where it was going to go. Did it look okay? If not, they could have changed it and printed off another one. There was no problems. It was then printed out and transferred onto carbon paper. The carbon paper is just like an ink that kind of transfers it to the skin, so that it gives them an idea of where it's going to go and how it's going to look, which was great. I was quite happy with it. Check in the mirror first, and then if all was ready, starting the tattoo. I didn't record any of the actual tattooing process because I didn't know how the tattooist would feel me doing that, because I never even asked. So yeah, we then took a quick break. It was covered just with some cling film, just for the time being, just so then you get the other 2 parts of the tattoo drew up ready for me. And plus I needed a bit of a break just to kind of recover again, because it's funny how it makes you feel quite drained, quite tired as well. But yeah, and then once the next 2 parts were drawn out, again same process, onto carbon paper, processed onto the skin, made sure I was happy with it, and then started again. I really liked the fact that it was done on the iPad, because if there was anything that I wanted to change, there was no problems. It was like, yeah, easily sorted, let's just change that, let's erase that, let's draw in another line. So yeah, really good, really happy with everything there. So yeah, but you guys are excited to see what I've got. I'll explain why I've gone for this as well. So I've had it done at the top of my arm. I was a bit undecided. So as you can see here, I've got light shining on it a bit badly there. So I've got a rabbit and a cat and then a dog, and then there is another rabbit. Now these are all done in a geometric style of tattooing, so that's where it's all like these triangles all drew to make the picture, and there's obviously darker lines and then lighter lines as well, just to give it more definition. The reasoning behind my idea for the tattoo is because I have the 2 rabbits, I have a dog and a cat. So they're kind of my pets, but they kind of resemble that in a sense of they're the animals, not obviously a true likeness, but close enough. So yeah, really happy, considering I was only meant to have the first 2 and then need to do the other 2. Now, as I say, this is, I say, first day of healing. I've had it, when I left it was all wrapped up in cling film. He told me to keep it covered for 3 hours, which I did. So about 10 o'clock, by the time I'd got back from having a meal out, I unwrapped it, washed it with clean water, and then re-wrapped it again ready for bedtime, just because obviously you're moving around and there are like the colour comes off and your skin seeps a little bit, and it can go everywhere, so it's best to keep it wrapped up. I've got it uncovered at the minute, 1 so I can show you guys, but 2 just to let it breathe a little bit as well, because I've had it wrapped up again. I've been work today, and I didn't want my clothes rubbing against it because that can make it quite sore, irritated. It's been quite hot and it still is quite warm at the minute. That's a normal feeling. I've had that with all tattoos that I've had. But no, I'm quite happy. Everything is healing nicely. I'm going to wrap it again for the next couple of nights, just when I go to bed, just to make sure that it heals well. Just let it breathe a bit for now. It's a little bit sore at the top along here, but of course that's right on my shoulder, so that is quite a sensitive area. But yeah, it was tender in odd places, like around the side here. I really knew when he was there, but it was really good. If you guys are thinking of getting a tattoo, then obviously it's something to really think about. Don't just jump into it straight away. Kind of really get a feeling for what you want, and if it has a bit of meaning, that's always good too. So yeah, I will update you with its healing process. I'll show you probably the next stages over the next couple of days, because it can take a good couple of weeks sometimes to fully heal. 1 for the kind of part swelling to go down, and then also the heat, because it will start to kind of part scab over as well. I'm going to use a cocoa butter once over the next couple of days, once I've had it wrapped up, just to keep it protected, but also keep the skin quite moist as well, because then the scabbing part doesn't become itchy, because unfortunately when that starts to happen, the colour can come away and you can have pieces missing from your tattoo, which isn't the nicest thing. Get it quite patchy, where you want to keep it as fresh as possible. So I'm going to end it here for now, and I will hopefully catch up with you in the next couple of days.